telling young people to use social media more gets me in trouble sometimes. Parents, teachers, more traditional minds are like, why are you telling these kids that they should use social media more? Well, first, you're going to use it anyway. But second, this is how we communicate now. We live in the digital age. I gave a presentation to a large teachers conference, and I know a lot of these teachers, they resist the use of social media. And so I really broke it down for them, and I showed okay, 1, it's the main source of communication. 2, it's the main source of how we're influenced. 3, it's the main source of how we receive our information. So essentially, it's something that has a huge impact on your students' lives, and they're going to use it anyway, but you still want to resist it and say it's dangerous and it's a risk. My first time trying to get funding for my nonprofit, I was actually turned down multiple times because I was told that social media is a risk and I shouldn't be teaching it to kids. Everyone who says that, these are the same people who, when texting came out, were like, well, I'm not texting, I like a good old-fashioned phone call. Guess what? All of those people text now. I'm not impressed by someone getting on a high horse and saying, well, I don't use social media, I don't get on that Instagram thing. Why? Why don't you use something that makes information easier to consume, it makes it easier to amplify your impact, and it allows you to communicate with whoever you want, whenever you want. There's nothing to brag about with being behind in the times. I teach people how to use social media because I believe when you add structure to something like social media use, you become more intentional and more purposeful with how you use it. It's just like anything else in the world. When you add structure to something, you get better and more impactful with how you use it. Right now, everyone just uses social media and they're not taught how to effectively use it in the right way, and you just have to kind of figure it out on your own. You as student athletes, have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to make yourself more marketable. You have an opportunity to build audience. You have an opportunity to have an impact with more people. Why should we not give you the tools to amplify your platform? But with that, understand, add structure and outcomes to why you do it. And that ultimately prevents you from being destructive because you're viewing it, as I said earlier, as a marketable entity. You're not just using it just to use it. So when we add structure, things like content templates and the brand discovery and creating your goals, you're using social media with a purpose that's going to better your life and better the life of other people who you now get to have an impact on as well. There's nothing wrong with that. So when people tell me, oh, you teach people how to use social media, I'm like, yeah, I teach them how to embrace where the world's going. If you want to call it a risk and say it's dangerous, that's fine, but you're going to be stuck in the past. Let's embrace the future, see where things are going, and get better at it so that we can use it for good.